This is just going to be a very fundamental, very basic introduction to how you want to actually look at your punches. Very, very raw, bare bones, okay? We're going to first work on just the fundamental punches, how they tie in together and how they can move fluent, a little bit of footwork, and we'll do it on the bag. Very first one here though, just for your stance, the hands are always going to start. When you're very first starting, you always want to feel your hands, not think that they're up here, because here they're going to get tired and come down, going to get hit. So we're always going to be up here. I'm right-handed, so my right foot's back a little bit, my left foot's in front, and my left hand's more in front of me like this, okay? So this is my jab, this is my cross. My jab here is going to go out. I'm going to actually turn my shoulders, my hips like that, out, turn out, come back, okay? So that's where you're going to practice. You're going to do that for your time interval. And then the other one I want you to do is I want you to do this for a time interval. And you're going to do these for about 15 seconds each, back and forth. And this is the cross. Now, when I do my cross, I'm actually going to be lifting this back heel, okay? So like I'm squishing the bug and I push it out. I actually pull back my other side to do that, okay? So that's my cross hand, okay? And then we're going to go back and forth at time intervals like that. That's the first drill. So now that we have just the jab, we have just the cross, and putting them together is really important on a balance. I always want to be able to hit them and start my next hit and be recovered while I'm doing it. So I'm going to throw my jab first. The jab, your non-dominant, is always going to be a lead hand. It's usually going to start. So I'm going to go jab, then I'm going to turn into my cross as I pull this back. So I pull this back. This is going to go only when this is at least halfway back, then I can release my cross and then reset, okay? So your next interval here is you're going to practice on the bag just some time of just going 1, 2, pull back. 1, 2, pull back. The number one mistake is pulling and then dropping this hand. So I want you to punch, pull it back, and then release the other hand and then touch your face. You're turning your hips as you throw each punch, okay? Try that drill. Okay, so your next one here is going to be about tying it together for about 4 punches. And this is the introduction of fluency. So what you're going to do is you're going to come from that first punch. So it's going to be a jab, cross, also known as a 1, 2, 1, 2. Because a jab is a 1, a 2 is a cross. So we go 1, 2, 1, 2. You see how my hips turn? I'm actually going to focus on the hip turn and just making sure my hands follow the rest of the body. Okay? The most important punch you to think of is your third one, because you're going to go 1, 2, and if this is here, this is ready to go, you go right back into it, right back to that cross. So it should be timed 1, 2, 1, 2, okay? 1, 2, 1, 2. Good, and rest. And so you're going to do that for your time interval here. You're going to go for 20 seconds of that, rest, 20 seconds of that, and we'll pick up from there. Okay, now that we have those punches, we're going to try to work on fluency. But before we practice the fluency, I want you to practice a pull to push. So you're going to be in the end range, which is the end of your punch. You go from here, and you're going to pull back. And what I'm doing is I'm making sure I pull my hand back. Pull my hand back. Pull my hand back, like I'm yanking it back. Anyone can throw a hand out there. That's not hard, but to pull it back is the challenging part. Pull back. Pull back. And I'm using my whole body to pull it back. Pull back. Pull back. Pull back. Good. And you're just going to practice that for a whole minute, okay? Now that you've practiced that for a whole minute, I want you to now do it more fluent. And I want you to go from slow to fast, and don't pause, but think of both the push and the pull at the same time. So we're going to go just nice and steady, turning it out. I'm pulling and I'm pushing, and I can go quicker for 15 seconds, but the only thing that goes quicker is my hips turn. My core, and then I go slower. Always bringing that hand back, always bringing the hand back, elbows in, and then quicker again. Okay, and you're going to go back and forth, 15 seconds slow, 15 seconds fast. You do it 4 times. Now that we know how to throw the punches, we also got to know how to get away from punches. So we're going to do a very basic thing on an in-out, okay? So just drive in, drive out, okay? So what we're going to do here is we're just going to do any number of punches. It'll be 2 to 6 punches, and you're going to just drive in with those 2 and drive out, because every time you try to hit someone, they're going to try to hit you back. So we're going to use range, distance to get away from that. So to start off here, I'm gonna go 2, drive in, 2 foot hop, 1, 2, drive out, in, 1, 2, out, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, out, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, out, 2 again, 1, 2, out, 1, 2, 3, 4, out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, out. And you're gonna keep that cycle going once you do that for 2 minutes. Okay, so now we're gonna repeat a lot of this on the bag, okay? We're gonna start with that 15-second one of the jab, okay? So just 15 seconds of the jab, 15 seconds of the cross, and you go back and forth. So just nice and steady. Remember, all my power comes from my body. I always need to touch my face after. Hit them, bring it back. Hit them, bring it back. Now we're gonna do the right hand, boom, boom. Then do the other side. Go back, and just go back and forth with that time interval given, okay? Next one here, we're gonna work on the fluency of 2 punches, and then we're gonna work on 4 punches. We're gonna go back and forth so we can see the difference. And there's gonna be a little less fluency continuation with the 1, 2. So for 15 seconds, you're gonna go 1, 2, 1, 2, bring your hands back. It's okay if it swings, just make sure you're set. 1, 2, bring your hands back. Bring your hands back. Always recover. I need protection, and I need to make sure I always just bring my hands back, I'm set again. Then the next interval, we're gonna go into a 4-punch combo to feel the difference, because we're gonna continue that combo. 1, 2, 1, 2, reset. 1, 2, 1, 2, reset. 1, 2, 1, 2, reset. Okay, and go back and forth with those combos. Okay, and then this next one here, we're gonna go just practice that fluency slow, fluency fast, and to try to see if we can feel a difference. And you're gonna really wanna focus on hands back, hip movement, okay? So from here, slow, 1, 2, nice and steady, nice and controlled. Then you can go quicker. Pick up your pace, and slower. And you want to go slow so that you make sure you practice good form when you're doing this. And go quicker. And continue that for the time interval given. Okay, in this next one, we're going to go back and forth between doing the fluent stuff. We're going to go a little bit harder, and we're going to go doing the in and outs, okay? Now it helps with the in and outs if someone could hold the bag, but if you don't have anyone to hold the bag, you just got to make sure you time it, okay? So when I'm going to do the fluency first for the time interval, I can go pretty solid. You're always going to want to be at like a 7 out of 10 so that you have good technique, okay? So I'm going pretty good for the time interval. I rest for that interval. And then the next one is going to be the in and outs, okay? So my in and out, 1, 2, out. 1, 2, out. 1, 2, out. And if I don't hit it too hard, which is good, I can control my bag a lot better. It won't sway all over the place, okay? If you find that bag swaying, try not to hit so hard. Hit fast, not hard. And then when you're doing your fluency, the fluency you can lean into a lot more, get a lot more power out of it. Okay, and this last one, this one is to hit things to have fun, but make sure you bring your hands back, okay? When you go, you can be closer to the bag. We're gonna go for speed here, and I want you to turn those hips, okay? Turn your whole body, but make sure the hands staying close to the face. We're not down here like this, right? We're up here, and you're kind of turning your wrists into it. You always want to turn your wrists into your punch, okay? So breathe out, go quick as you can, quick as you can, quick as you can, and then rest. And then follow the time interval that's given.